Welcome to Celebrity Inside. Both Charles and William share a fiery temper, royal consultants claim. Before we continue, please support us by clicking on the subscription button and turn on the notification bell for more updates. Celebrity news, beauty, fashion advice, and engaging features delivered straight to your inbox. It sounds like the Blue Blood of Wales title isn't the sole issue. Blue Blood William has genetic from his father, King Charles III. In line with multiple royal experts, they each share a temper, 2 words, a minimum of, with reference to Charles' fountain pen. One instance that left William furious? The alleged treatment by Charles of the Queen's former personal secretary, Sir Christopher Jeat, that ultimately light-emitting diode to Jeat quitting his role in 2017 once a significant falling out with the longer-term king. The Mirror reports William was furious by how the complete state of affairs went down, most in order that he took his complaints all the high to the pinnacle of Her late Majesty's household, the then Lord Chamberlain, Pierre Peel. William was furious in line with Valentine Lowe's new book Courtiers. The Hidden Power Behind the Crown. He spoke to his granny and father. He felt Christopher had worked to modernize the establishment and convey it nearer together. He was involved concerning the approach it had been handled and the way Christopher had been treated. He was extremely angry about it, not essentially as a result of it. Absolutely was the incorrect decision. He simply thought it was handled terribly unsympathetic for a person who was a pillar of the establishment of the autarchy. However, had conjointly contend an improbably necessary role once the coalition government had been formed. It just appeared like the wrong issue to try to unceremoniously chuck someone out for a reason that had nothing to do with what was the core part of Christopher's job, that he was still doing really well. A supply told the Daily Mail that Jeat's departure came as a great shock, and lots of believe that, had he not been ousted, Blue Blood Harry and Meghan Markle would have not left their roles as operating members of the royal family. He had his finger on the heartbeat, and folks believe he would have found the simplest way to preempt the Duke and noblewoman of Sussex's departure, or a minimum of found a way to create things work a lot of amicably, a supply says. The Jeat state of affairs isn't the sole time Charles and William have had a row. A fiery temper could be an attribute each share. Royal knowledgeable Penny Junor, who has illustrious Charles for 3 decades, has aforementioned of the monarch. He has a terrible temper and incorporates a nice tendency to feel compassionate himself. Fellow royal knowledgeable Tina Brown represented Charles as emotional and, according to the Daily Express, William's author Robert Jobson describes him the precise same approach. William's fiery temper will increase at any time, sometimes once he's pissed off or when it involves problems concerning his family, Jobson writes. Even senior members of his circle can check that way the wind is blowing before turning into too confident in his presence or raising problematic issues that may be higher self-addressed at another time. Alternative insiders confide that William can be associate degree emotional character who is, on occasion, difficult to handle. Of Charles, Lowe quotes a former member of Charles's employees as spoken communication. He had robust opinions. He conjointly had a correct temper on him that was quite fun. He would seldom direct it at the individual. It might be concerning something, and he would lose his temper. He would throw something. He would go from 0 to 60 in a very flash, then back off again. Nonetheless, despite each having a propensity for temperamental outbursts, according to the Daily Express, William's temper even aghast Charles. Sometimes, the extent of William's belligerence has aghast his father, who's forever loathed confrontation, Jobson writes. The results that Charles tends to tread rigorously once addressing his heir and fails to drag him au fait is lack of respect. Case in point, apparently, the Jeat situation.